Well, we should let people know. So Andy Pollin's going to be part of 106.7 The Fan now. He's going to be on Saturday mornings with Thom Loverro. It's Pollin and Loverro. It's not going to start tomorrow.
Oh, is that the title of the show?
That's what I've been told.
Oh, good. I didn't know that. That's good.
Pollin and Loverro.
Okay.
It's better than Loverro and Pollin to you, right?
Either way, you know.
Pollin and Loverro is going to start Saturday mornings, 9 till noon. Not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow. But they're going to be on the air on Monday, on President's Day, from 4 to 7.
There you go.
Correct.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that's the deal. Now we can just dive into sports. That's kind of the setup. Andy Pollin.
But I just want to say that, obviously we've been, we're sports radio guys.
Sure.
Being in this town forever. We know all those guys over there.
Right.
We listen to all shows, and I've listened to Andy for years, and we've crossed paths at like Super Bowls and stuff like that. And same with Thom. So it's cool to have, and I like all those guys. I mean, I like Sheehan, I like Cooley, I like Zabe, I like all those guys. And it's just good to have you guys over here.
We teed it up with Zabe maybe 15 years ago, but I know I played
Every
golf
time I
with him
talk
once.
to Zabe, he's like, we got to play
played
golf.
at Westfields. I was terrible.
And he's like, we got to play golf. We got to play. I'm like, yeah, we do, but our schedules just don't mesh.
Yeah, they don't jibe very well.
So, but Andy's a big skins guy, and we, this Kirk Cousins deal is, it's the biggest topic in town. Even though the Wizards are starting to creep up there, climb the ladder a little bit.
He knows how it works. He's been doing sports radio enough.
But
you can hype up the Wizards enough.
the Redskins ring the bell.
Right.
Yeah.
He knows he's at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, the Wizards would have to be playing for the championship to
And that
even
might not be enough.
get close. Yeah, right.
But if you believe everything you read, and you don't even have to read it, you just kind of know it's over there. And Albert Breer talked about this in the latest Yardbarker article. He says that there's internal resistance over there in Redskins Park about tagging Kirk. And, I'm a Kirk guy. I'm pretty sure you are. The money is big, but for a franchise quarterback, you got to pay the most important position. I mean, what's going on over there?
Well, if you're not going to tag him, he walks.
Correct.
You're going to let him do that?
Right, for a guy that you've developed, that you drafted, that you've had in-house for all these years, that would make no sense whatsoever.
No, you're going to tag him. It's just, all right, are you tagging him to trade him, or are you tagging him to pay him?
Oh, I think
and play him.
I think if he's tagged, he will be traded because there's no reason that he would play a third year under a tag. There's too much money.
That won't happen.
And so, you've got a situation in San Francisco where I'm sure they would want him, maybe Los Angeles. I mean, there are places that would want him as a quarterback, and I think that if he is tagged, I think it's more likely he's going to be traded.
And if that does happen, this has to be driving Jay Gruden crazy, because this is a huge make-or-break year for Gruden as far as getting another contract here in D.C. He wants to keep that gravy train running, and if you bring in a new guy or a guy who's not as good as Cousins, which I guess would be the case, it's probably not going to reflect well on him, and they're probably going to have a worse record, and he's probably out the door.
Well, and who's driving the bus here? We have the muzzled Scott McCloughan, who may believe that Kirk is not the guy, and they can get along with Colt McCoy for a year or two, and maybe Nate Sudfeld develops, or maybe he's got his eye on somebody in college that he wants. And then you have Kirk Cousins, who seems to be liked by the coaching staff, but is he liked by the owner? Is he liked by Bruce Allen? We don't know. I mean, who's driving the bus here?
That's
who's
the thing
calling
we
the shot?
don't know, but what's your sense of McLuhan? Let's just start there with the GM McLuhan. A lot of people made a lot of the how you like me now thing. I didn't go deep into that psychology. You did. You dove into the psychology of that.
And I also thought in the Philadelphia game, in the one in 2015 where the Redskins clinched the division, and the scene in the locker room where Kirk did something similar with Dan Snyder when he patted him on the head. I don't know if he said, how do you like me now?
Right.
I thought that was a big deal, and I thought what happened with the how do you like me now.
Okay, so you thought it was a big deal.
Absolutely.
What did it mean to you?
It means to me that they are saying to him, we're not convinced. We're not sold on you. And he's saying, I'm sold on me. Why are you not sold on me?
Right.
And everything that's gone on for the last two off seasons, does that indicate that they're sold on him?
Absolutely not.
Well,
or else he would have had a long-term deal by now.
And I don't understand it. I really don't. And I get it when new GMs come to teams, there's a big ego thing there, and they want to have their own guy. But this is the best guy available, unless you think Tony Romo's better.
Now, I think a lot of it goes back to, and
he's the best option.
I still don't think Dan Snyder can stomach the fact that they're about to possibly give that sort of big money to Kirk Cousins. Because I'll tell you this, if Robert Griffin III had put up the sorts of numbers that Kirk has, he would already have his long-term deal in place. I'm convinced of that.
He loved
They
Robert.
just can't quite get over the fact that they're paying Kirk Cousins that sort of money.
And the fact that Robert didn't work out, and is the owner fully convinced that the whole process was seen through as he wanted it to be? Because what you hear is that Scott McCloughan played a big role in them moving on from Robert Griffin III.
Right.
And that maybe the owner is still angry about that.
Well, I think he's been proven correct in moving on.
Yes, but he might be saying, look, what I saw in 2012 was not a mirage.
He just can't get him past that.
Yeah, and I know what I invested in this guy. Right. And I know that we rolled around in our limousine and saw Morgan Freeman's plays and went to dinner and whatever else they did.
Right.
And I just can't believe that in 2 years he went from the mountaintop to the scrap heap. I just can't believe that.
Right.
So and that's just pure speculation on my part. But the way this has played out is remarkable. There's been one quarterback who's played under the franchise tag, and that was Drew Brees when they had Phillip Rivers ready to go.